Twinings is a 300-year-old business. In fact, I think the oldest trademark business within the UK, and we're very much known for being a specialist tea brand.
We initially looked at the top level of our business with our general managers. Having that top level helped us by focusing on the different areas of the business. We divided it into 5 areas, 4 particular ones which were strategy, marketing, sales and order fulfillment, and also a list of generic processes. We started with Nimbus Control in March 2010.
The project was absolutely business-led. It was part of our Great Place to Work plan within the UK business, and we found that process management was one of the really key areas that we needed to focus on. But there were a number of key objectives we were looking to achieve. One was to have a repository of all our processes. Another thing was we knew there were a number of key business processes that probably were not optimal, and we wanted to look at trying to improve those processes. The third thing was we are about as a business to enter into a re-platforming of our ERP system, and we felt this would be a really good way of trying to map our process up front to ease the kind of enormous task of trying to implement a new ERP system.
When we come to taste tea, we're tasting lines that landed in the UK or other of our factories, and we make comments against them, so each individual line has different landed comments, so when we come to blend, we can blend all the different characteristics together.
One of the reasons that Nimbus was really successful was that we could start very small with a hosted solution. We could process prove the whole concept before moving into a kind of much bigger scale implementation. It's forced us to look at processes in perhaps a different way than we would have done normally, and there are specific processes that come straight to mind, things like our 5-year business planning process, which we have re-engineered utilising Nimbus Control in some of those workshops, and have made a significant time saving and streamlined the process.
We're using How-To to support our change cycle through suggestions, implementing and then notifying of any changes to processes. We implemented SharePoint site at the same time as implementing Nimbus Control. So Nimbus Control, or How-To as we call it, has fitted in very well with that.
Well, I think Nimbus has improved people's day-to-day activities because if they don't know how to do something, they now have somewhere to go to actually look to find out, rather than having to go around and ask people.
One of the tasks you need to complete is run the KPIs for How-To. So you can just tick on here,
Okay.
change status, and we're just going to say that we've completed KPIs run. And that's it.
Another part of our project was what we call process detox, where we looked at really non-value adding activities, and we saved about 200 man hours per period. So that's quite a significant saving.
One of the critical success factors has been around ownership of processes, and we've made sure from the beginning that we've had all the relevant people in all of the workshops so that it's very clear who owns the process and who needs to do which task. It's important to create awareness and gain adoption, and how we've done this is by a series of teaser campaigns including Halloween, treasure hunts, quizzes, etc., based around using the tool and any new processes that we have added.
Right, we need to review this here.
Okay, yeah. Is that going to go in here?
Yeah.
As far as new employees are concerned, it's now part of the induction process, and they can see how the business is run and where they fit in.
I think overall they're thinking about processes in a very, very different way to how they did before. And it's not just the people that went on the training. You know, virtually everyone has been involved in How-To in some way. When we're actually starting to do new things in the business, I can see a much more logical and systematic way of thinking about constructing processes today than I saw maybe a year ago.
We've had some great feedback from both existing and new starters. From the existing employers, it's been around clarity on roles and responsibilities and what are processes.
We're finding that the usage statistics are on the rise. We are now mapping processes that we've never had visibility of before. So for people, particularly new people in the organisation who don't know how the MPD process works or how to approve expenses or whatever it may be, they now know that they can go somewhere and find that out. Our long-term vision is very much around making how-to the kind of the common portal for how to do your job, whether that's a business process, a system process, or a combination of the two. You have the ability to fire systems transactions directly out of the how-to tool, so you shouldn't need to go anywhere else to be able to do your job.
As a business, we decided to go for Great Place to Work accreditation, and one of the questions in that is around, do I have the tools and resources to do my job? A year ago, January, had a result of 57%, and when we surveyed this year, we had a result of 77%, so that can show what kind of impact Nimbus Control has had on our business.
For 300 years, Twinings has been at the forefront within the tea industry, and we clearly want to continue to be at the forefront for the future. So I guess in conclusion, we see Nimbus Control as a way of creating a step change in our ways of working as we try and look for new and innovative ways of trying to stay ahead.